Let's get right into it. Number 9. Antarctica's Blood Falls. Creepy name? Even creepier science. Yes, Blood Falls is a real thing. And no, it's not from some gothic horror novel. It's in Antarctica, which, let's be honest, is already weird enough without red liquid pouring from a glacier like it's crying blood. Here's the deal. Beneath the Taylor Glacier, there's an ancient underground lake full of iron-rich saltwater. When it seeps out and hits the oxygen, it oxidizes, like rust, and turns a brilliant blood red. But if you're just casually strolling past, it absolutely looks like the ice is bleeding. Scientists have studied this for years and still reckon it's one of the strangest natural features on Earth. The water that comes out has been trapped down there for millions of years, completely isolated from sunlight and air. It's like Earth's creepy little time capsule. Leaking? Now? Is it deadly? Not directly. You probably won't drop dead just by standing nearby. But if you decide to go full explorer and start poking around the glacier, bad idea. The terrain's unstable. Temperatures will kill you in minutes. And falling through the ice means hypothermia before you can say, well, that escalated quickly. Basically, it's the planet's weirdest nosebleed. And it's definitely not bleeding for your entertainment. Number 8. Mount Everest's Death Zone, the world's highest body count. Climbing Mount Everest sounds like one of those noble bucket list dreams. Yeah? Just you, the snow, and your triumphant selfie on top of the world. Except there's this charming little stretch up there called the Death Zone, which sounds like a roller coaster, but is actually, well, much worse. Once you get above 8,000 meters, the air's so thin that your body starts shutting down, just for fun. Oxygen levels drop to around 1/3 of what you're used to, which means your brain's doing all the usual thinking. But drunk? Your judgment goes haywire. Your muscles stop cooperating, and your organs start playing a game of who can fail first. And here's the really cheerful bit. If you die up there, and plenty do, your body stays there. Retrieving it is usually too dangerous. So yes, there are corpses frozen in place, still wearing their gear, some used as literal trail markers. You've got to step over them on the way up, like it's some twisted ghost tour with crampons. People have gone snowblind, wandered off cliffs, or just sat down and quietly never got back up. And all for what? A few minutes at the top. If the weather doesn't chuck a tantrum? Basically, it's like paying $100,000 to hallucinate and die in a freezer. Number 7. The Door to Hell. And it lives up to the name. Let's wrap things up with something appropriately dramatic. The Door to Hell sounds made up, right? Like something your mate says after a dodgy curry? But nope, it's real. It's on fire. And it's been burning for over 50 years, located in Turkmenistan. This was originally just a gas drilling site back in the Soviet era. But then, surprise, the ground collapsed, creating a massive crater that started leaking methane. The solution? Scientists set it on fire, thinking it'd burn off in a couple of weeks. That was in 1971. It's still burning. A giant flaming hole in the earth, glowing night and day like a portal to the underworld. Tourists visit, take selfies, and stand way too close to the edge for comfort. And sure, it's not technically deadly if you stay on the safe bits, but if you slip, that's it. No takebacks. Just eternal barbecue. The area is remote. The heat is insane, and no one really knows when or if it'll stop burning. It's just there. Like Earth left the stove on and walked away for half a century. Basically, it's the world's most committed accidental campfire. Number 6. The Boiling River. Nature's hot tub of death. Right in the heart of the Amazon jungle lies a river so steamy it could cook you alive. And no, that's not a metaphor. It's called the Shanai Timpishka, or more famously, the Boiling River. And no, it's not near any volcanoes. It just decided to be unreasonably hot for no good reason. This river can reach temperatures of up to 93 °C. That's just a couple of angry degrees shy of actual boiling. So, jump in and you're basically soup. A sad, poached, human-flavored soup. Locals have stories of animals falling in and being cooked from the inside out in minutes. And the science? Still a bit murky. Geothermal activity is one theory, but honestly, it feels like the Earth just had a moment and didn't bother explaining itself. There's no warning signs, no fences, just steamy water that looks inviting and will immediately ruin your week or your life. The rocks around the edge are slippery, and if you fall in, good luck crawling out before your skin starts peeling like a dodgy sunburn. And don't expect a rescue team with aloe vera. You're in the middle of the Amazon. Mate, the river isn't just boiling, it's remote. Basically, it's like nature made a spa for murder. Number 5, Atacama Desert. So dry. Even bacteria gave up. Let's head to Chile's Atacama Desert, which looks like Mars, feels like Mars, and is so dry that actual NASA scientists use it to test Mars rovers. Because if your robot can survive here, it can survive anywhere, including places without an atmosphere. This place has gone decades without a single drop of rain in some areas. You know how in most deserts, there's at least a cactus or a desperate-looking bush? Not here. It's just rocks, dust, and the vibe of somewhere that hasn't seen joy since the dinosaurs checked out. Even bacteria, those stubborn little things that survive in boiling acid or the insides of nuclear reactors, struggle to live here. That's how harsh it is. There's no shade. The sun is relentless. And if you lose your water bottle, you might as well lie down and accept your crunchy fate. There have been cases of travelers getting turned around and perishing in the heat within hours. No water, no cover, no GPS signal. It's like nature's ultimate choose-your-own dehydration adventure. Basically, it's the Earth's version of saying, don't come here unless you've got a camel, 10 liters of water, and no attachment to your eyebrows. Number 4, Death Valley, where the air cooks you. Right, let's talk Death Valley in California, because apparently naming it Mild Discomfort Valley just didn't feel honest enough. This cheerful patch of Earth regularly clocks in temperatures above 50 hard degrees Celsius, which is basically what your oven feels like when you open it too fast and question all your life choices. You know how most places have a summer and then a break from summer? Yeah. Death Valley didn't get that memo. It's the hottest, driest, lowest point in North America. You want scenic desert views and a free facial peel from dry wind? Welcome aboard. You want hydration and the ability to blink without your eyeballs drying out? Try literally anywhere else. People have died here just from trying to walk a short distance without enough water. It's not even dramatic. It's just reality. Your sweat evaporates so quickly, you don't even realize you're dehydrated until your kidneys start writing a resignation letter. Also, the heat can cause your car tires to melt, not go flat. Melt. And don't go thinking you can rely on GPS to save you, either. Tourists have gotten stuck, stranded, and in a few very grim cases, found months later. It's not an adventure. It's a slow bake, basically. It's nature's version of putting you under the grill and hoping you crisp nicely. Number 3, the Poison Garden. Literally. Don't touch anything. Nestled in the quaint countryside of Northumberland, England, lies a delightful little garden called the Alnwick Poison Garden. Sounds romantic, right? Like something from a Jane Austen novel with a bit of edge? Well, it's more like Little Shop of Horrors, but with better landscaping. This garden is home to over 100 species of plants that can kill you. We're talking belladonna, hemlock, wolfsbane, basically, the who's who of botanical murderers. You can't touch them, smell them, or in some cases, even stand near them too long. One whiff of some of these plants and boom, headache, hallucinations, possibly hospital. The whole garden is locked behind black iron gates with a skull and crossbones sign, like something out of Harry Potter's "Do not enter or you'll die" collection. And they mean it. Visitors have fainted just from being near the plants. And don't even think about sneaking a leaf home. Unless you want your local ER to feature your tragic tale as a cautionary PowerPoint, it's the only garden where the advice is, don't stop and smell the roses, because the roses might actually be plotting something. Basically, it's the world's most beautiful way to die slowly. Number 2, Lake Natron, nature's unofficial Medusa. You know that old myth where looking at Medusa turns you to stone? Yeah, Lake Natron in Tanzania heard that and said, hold my alkaline cocktail. This is one of the most hostile bodies of water on the planet, and not because it's got sharks or seaweed that feels a bit too clingy. Nope. This lake has a pH level of 10.5, which means it's more alkaline than bleach. It can burn the skin right off most animals, and it turns unsuspecting birds into literal statues. No exaggeration, there are animals that accidentally fall in and come out preserved like nature's taxidermy. Their bodies calcify, their tissues harden, and boom, they're creepy bird sculptures on the shoreline. Like a horror museum curated by Mother Nature herself. Oh, and despite looking like a lovely red-pink lake in aerial shots, that color? It's because of salt-loving microorganisms, not your rose-tinted travel dreams. Step into it, and your feet might never forgive you. So if you're into turning into a chalky art installation, this is the spot for you. Otherwise, best keep your sandals and your soul elsewhere. Basically, it's a lake that does taxidermy, and you're the exhibit. Number 1, the Danakil Depression, like visiting Mars. but more murdery? So you're thinking of an exotic holiday, maybe somewhere off the beaten path? Great. Just don't choose the Danakil Depression in Ethiopia unless your idea of a spa day includes sulfur fumes, lava lakes, and the sensation of being slowly roasted by Satan's breath. This place is technically part of Earth, but only in the same way that tequila is technically part of a balanced diet. It sits at the junction of 3 tectonic plates that decided. You know what'd be fun? Constant volcanic activity and some of the highest temperatures on record? We're talking 50 degrees C in the shade? Joke's on you. Though, there is no shade. The ground is covered in acid pools and neon-coloured salt crusts that look like a child went rogue with a highlighter. Touching anything here is like licking a battery made of hell. Breathing? That's a luxury because the air is loaded with toxic gases like sulfur dioxide, which, fun fact, can melt your lungs faster than your Wi-Fi drops during a Zoom call. Why do people go there? Mostly scientists or thrill seekers with a death wish and an Instagram account. But let's be clear, if your foot slips or the wind changes, you're toast. Literally, with a side of sulfur glaze. Basically, it's Earth's way of saying, don't. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.